watch.
He kicks him and his head, as you said, flies everywhere, and then he stamps on his head twice. Now, listen, we came into the office, Ricky had this, we're all talking about it, and let's be perfectly honest, we're thinking, if that was a terrorist, if you were concerned about a person with a weapon or maybe an explosive, with everything that's gone on, you might go, I get that. As it turns out, these people have been arrested at the scene for a fray. I mean, I have to ask you, police brutality or reasonable force? You're an ex-Met police officer. I would look at that. I would say that is massively distressing, massively brutal, and does not picture the police in any good way at all, Mike Neville.
Well, I'm sorry, Jeremy, I'm with you, you know, in the sense that it's some things you can justify, some things you can say officers are under stress, you know, as you said, they thought there was a terrorist attack, they thought there was a suicide bomber, but it's not like that at all. It seems to be people having a scrap at the airport. You know, the context of where they're from or who they are seems quite irrelevant here, and it's just awful. I mean,
on a loop here, just to repeat for people who are listening on the radio, this happened last night, Terminal 2 of Manchester Airport. There were 4 suspects. They were accused later of a fray. The police, the GMP, say attending officers were firearms officers, and there was a clear risk during this assault that their firearms could be taken. Right, I'll accept that. Apparently one of them attacked a police officer. But you put handcuffs on. What you can't see if you're only listening to this on the radio is a police officer literally kicking this guy's head, which flies sideways, and then stamping on his head twice. And a female police officer turning, and she looks to me to be very distressed, pleading with the person to stop filming on their camera. I think this is a major problem. And what it does, of course, do, Mike, is it causes a problem for all the good policemen and women who do a great job. They will see this, and certain members of the public will go, that is complete police brutality, that is not reasonable force, that is a disgrace. And I'd love, by the way, for people who are listening or watching, what do you make of this? 0344 499 1000, text to 87222. We have to call it out, Mike Neville, don't we? We have to.
Yes, you have to. You have to be honest about this. For every 1,000 good police officers, there's a few who are not good at all. And this looks utterly dreadful. It looks nasty. It looks horrible. And to be quite honest, Jeremy, the force of the kick, that could have broken somebody's neck. It is absolutely dreadful.
Listen to this, Matt in Newport. He said, I've seen it, and if they, the police, think they can get away with that level of brutality in public, it begs the question, what on earth are they doing in private? He says that footage of that copper kicking that person and stamping on his head is beyond awful.